Very good morning to all of you. Welcome to this session. So today we are going to study lecture number 6 of module 2, and the topic is relationship types, view 1. So in the previous session, in the previous classes, we tried to understand fulfillment in human relationships, and we studied justice. And before justice, we studied about established values and expressed values. And we have understood that feelings are at the core of the relationship. So in this process, we noticed that there is a prominence of feelings in the relationships. These feelings are recognized as 9 established values and 9 expressed values that we studied in detail in the last 2-3 lectures. So though these feelings are equally acceptable from all human beings in the society in complementarity, but while living in different places, some of the feelings play a very important role. Some of the feelings comes in the priority while interacting to different people. So in this class, we are trying to understand which of these feelings are prominent in different kind of relationships. So let's start the lecture and see what kind of feelings are prominence. So we can see different type of relationships around us. So when we live in relationship with our elders, like father, mother, paternal grandparents, maternal grandparents, uncle, aunt, teachers, guides, etc., we find them more knowledgeable, more understanding than us, and more responsible than us. In this sense of relationship, we get lot of cooperation with them in our life. So we get lot of cooperation from father, mother, grandfather, grandparents, from our childhood. So we will see, or we can explore that values like reverence, glory, gratitude in these relationships are very important, play an important role. Similarly, we can see another kind of relationship with those who are around us and having same age group, like brother, sister, friends, husband, wife, co-workers. So if we explore this relationship, so feeling of trust, feeling of respect, feeling of affections play a very prominent role while interacting. Similarly, we can see relationship with those who are younger than us, like son, daughter, siblings, children, grandchildren, students, etc. So overall, comprehensively, we can categorize these relationships into these 3 categories. In category 1, we will talk about those relations, those relatives who are elder than us. In second category, we will talk about feelings in those relations who are around the same age. And in the third category, we are going to talk about those relations, those relatives who are younger than us. So with this 3 kind of relationship, we are going to talk about various feelings. What would be the prominent feeling when we interact with our elder? What will be the prominent feeling when we interact with the younger one? What would be the prominent feeling when we interact with the same age people? So all this we are going to describe in this lecture. So let's see. So first, I will talk about relatives, those who are elder to us. Okay. So like father, mother, paternal grandparents, maternal grandparents, uncle, aunt, teachers, etc. They guide us. They help us. They fulfill their responsibility while living with us. So relations like parents, grandparents, uncle, aunt from both paternal and maternal sides come as a parents, and children relationships. As elders, they take it as a responsibility for nurturing and protecting the body of their children, along with developing the right feeling and right thoughts. They take care of about the of body and self too. So it can be noticed that nurturing, protection, along with developing the right understanding in the children, can be done efficiently based on the feeling of care and guidance. So they help us, they take care of us, they take care of our body. So what is the prominent feeling in this relationship? They do with the feeling of care and guidance only. So with the feeling of care established within, the nurturing protection of the children goes well. Whereas developing the right understanding in the children becomes possible with the feeling of guidance. So if we see prominent feeling in this kind of relationship, so what would be the prominent feeling is care and guidance. Children have the feeling of gratitude towards their parents when they observe that their elders are fulfilling their responsibility. The children may feel the feeling of gratitude. So feeling of gratitude means recognizing the cooperation availed from elders and the emergence of same feeling based on their natural acceptance. So children always have a relationship with their elders with the feeling of gratitude. So the more they observe the elders working for their excellence, the more they have the feeling of glory towards them. So they feel proud of them and aspire for achieving excellence under their guidance. So based on this, the feeling of reverence emerge. Thus the feeling of gratitude, glory and reverence commonly exist in relationship of son and daughter with their parents and parents like elders. So with the feeling of reverence, glory, gratitude are prominent in this relationship. So from the child side, feeling of reverence, glory, gratitude are prominent. From elder side, feeling of care and guidance are prominent. Okay. So living with these values, children carry on the duties expected by their parents. And under the guidance of this feeling, care and guidance, elders fulfill their responsibility towards children. Let's move to another relationship with those who are around the same age as us. So if we are talking about the relatives which are around us at the same age, we can see that brother, sister, friends, husband, wife, co-workers, all will come under this category. So in these relationships, the prominent feeling will be trust, respect and affection. Similarly, if we talk about relationship with those who are younger than us, so if they are younger than us, then feeling of care and guidance will be prominent in this relationship. It is to be noted that prerequisite for care and guidance, affection and the feeling of trust, respect are at the base of this affection. So while fulfilling these values, the feeling of trust, respect, affection are the common feelings. So with this background, we can say that there are three types of relationships. In the three types of relationship, with those older than us, those similar age and those who are younger than us, the feeling of trust, respect and affection remain at the base. So in this kind of relationship where people have more understanding than us, reverence, glory, gratitude are prominent. These three values are visible in the relationship in which we are receiving any assistance. So there are many members in our family, elder brother, grandparents, parents. So we can see these feelings are easily visible in any family. So feeling of reverence, glory and gratitude. Relationships in which we are providing help, care and guidance are the core feelings. So where we are providing help to anyone, so care and guidance will be at the core. So, and in all relationships, the need for trust, respect, and affection is always there. It is to note that when we are talking about any feeling, any relationship, trust, respect, and affection would be at the core. So, at the minimum, the need for the feeling for trust is there in all relationships, either acquaintances or stranger, with every human being. This will be at the core. With this, we can categorize 7 types of human-human relationships: parent-child, teacher-pupil, husband-wife, siblings like brother-sister, brother-brother, sister-sister, friend-friend, guide-colleague, societal relationships. Means relationships in undivided society and universal order. So we can categorize all types of relationships into 7 categories. So we will study it one by one, and we will see which feelings are more prominent in these categories. So let's talk about relationship between parent and child. So I told you in the starting of this session, as a parents, the primary feeling would be to ensure right understanding in the self, means guidance, to ensure nurturing and protection of the body, it means care. So those people who are elder than us, they fulfill these 2 responsibilities for their younger one. So they try to ensure nurturing and protection of the body of the younger ones. They also try to ensure right understanding, right feeling, right thought at the level of self or mind. So if we see this relationship, they are able to fulfill responsibility for nurturing and protection of the body, and they are also able to fulfill responsibility for right understanding. It means feeling of care and feeling of guidance is prominent in this relationship. So on the basis of receiving care and guidance from parents, the children develop feeling of gratitude. So once the elder fulfill these feelings, care and guidance for their younger one, so the younger one, when receive this feeling, care and guidance, they feel gratitude for their elders. So for example, like your mother cook food for you, and when you see that she is fulfilling the feeling of care, with the feeling of care, she is cooking food for me, and I am able to see that the intention behind is to make my body nurture, is to protect my body, then I feel gratitude for her. I feel gratitude for her. So once I feel gratitude for her, I express it. So feeling of gratitude from the child will be prominent. Feeling of care and guidance from the elder one will be prominent. So gradually, as the child is able to see excellence in the parents, to whatever extent, it develops the feeling of glory and reverence. So you can see in this relationship, care, guidance, glory, reverence, gratitude are prominent. So if the child is able to see, child is able to recognize these feelings, feeling of gratitude, feeling of glory, feeling of reverence, and the elder one are able to recognize these feelings, feeling of care, the feeling of guidance, then a family lives happily. If the child is ignoring these feelings, not able to recognize feeling of gratitude, then it makes him as well as others unhappy. So feelings play a very important role in all kind of relationships. And as I told you earlier, that feeling of trust, feeling of respect, feeling of affection is common in all type of relationships. Okay. So now you can pause this screen for 2 minutes and ask yourself whether do you have feeling of gratitude for your elders? Can you see feeling of care and guidance in your parents, in your elder one? do you have feeling of glory? Do you have feeling of reverence for your elder one? So you can make a list of feelings, observe interaction, observe others, what they are doing in family, and try to recognize what feeling is the motivation behind their actions. And you will be able to see the feeling of glory, feeling of reverence, feeling of gratitude. You will also be able to see feeling of care, feeling of guidance. And once you recognize these feelings, then relationships will be happy. This kind of relationship where I am able to recognize the feeling would ensure my happiness, would ensure happiness of the family. So you can do this exercise for yourself. Let's move to another relationship, teacher-student relationship. In this relationship, the goal of the teacher is to develop the right understanding in the student. So what would be primary role of the teacher? So primary role of the teacher is to facilitate the understanding of the student. So to fulfill this role, the feeling of guidance is essential. If I want to ensure right understanding in the student, it can only happen with the feeling of guidance. So with the feeling of guidance, one can make effort for his or her student to ensure right understanding in themselves. So with this feeling of guidance, the teacher can fulfill his or her role effectively. The teacher can consistently make an effort to develop the right understanding to the next generation. The student has a feeling of gratitude. So once a student receives the guidance from the teacher, it can happen only with the feeling of gratitude. So the student also has a feeling of glory and reverence for the excellence for the teacher. So once the students see that teacher is making a lot of effort for their understanding, for their excellence, then he can feel glory, reverence for the teacher. It means in teacher-student relationship, what would be the prominent feeling? Prominent feeling would be guidance. Then from student side, glory and reverence, of course gratitude. If these feelings exist in teacher-student relationship, then teaching process becomes very easy. Then there would be no complaint in teacher-student relationship. Okay, if we ignore these feelings, then teaching process is not successful. Teaching process, teacher-student relationship can only be possible with the feeling of glory, with the feeling of reverence in student, and with the feeling of guidance in the teacher. So you can again take pause for 2 minutes and ask yourself, do you have these feelings for your teacher? Glory and reverence. If you have these feelings, then you will see with the feeling of gratitude that teacher is making a lot of effort for you. He is preparing notes. He is giving you materials so that you could ensure good marks. All kind of effort teachers are making for you. And ask yourself, do you have these feelings for the teacher? Okay, let's talk about next feeling, that is amongst siblings. Siblings means brothers, sisters, all will come in sibling relationship. So this is a relationship between people of similar age, that is the same generation. So in this relationship, we are primarily making an effort for mutual development. I am making effort for my friends, I am making effort for my brother, I am making effort for my sisters. We are working together with the intention for mutual development. While doing so, we work together, help each other. For this relationship, there is a need for feeling of trust, respect, and affection. So this mutual development can happen with the feeling of trust, respect, and affection. The feeling of respect is necessary as we have many things to do together. That's why right evaluation is essential, because we are going to work together. We are going to pursue common goals in the family, in the class. And this right evaluation, this assurance about intention is must. So we live with the responsibility to focus on mutual development. So what would happen if I have more understanding? I am committed to helping. If the other member has more understanding, I am willing to take help. With this relationship can be fulfilled. So mutual development is the focus in this relationship. So what does it mean? It means we will live with responsibility. If I have more understanding, I am committed and able to help. If the other has more understanding, I am willing and able to take help. So the feeling of trust, respect and affection is essential, is prominent in this relationship. Again, you can take pause for 2 minutes and evaluate yourself, whether you are ensuring these feelings with your brother, sister, friends. Okay, let's move to another feeling, another relationship between friends. In this relationship, we live like siblings and make efforts for mutual development. The only difference is that siblings belong to the same family, while friends belong to different families. But we treat them as a sibling. Family may be different. So the peak of the relationship between friends is being able to live like sibling. This is the next level of relationship, of friendship, that we are living like a sibling. Families may be different, but we are living like a sibling. So the zenith of achievement in the relationship between friends is being able to live like a sibling. So what would be the indicator? The indicator of friend-friend relationship is that we feel the problem of the friend as our problem and make effort to solve them just as we would do for our problems. So I feel my friend, I feel problems of my friend as I do in sibling relationships. This is the zenith of the achievement in this friend-friend relationship. So again, you can evaluate yourself. Take pause for 2 minutes and ask yourself, do you have this kind of friendship? Do you ensure these feelings in relationship, feeling of trust, respect, affection? Do you consider your friend as a sibling? So all this you can evaluate for yourself. Let's move towards next feeling, husband-wife relationship. In this relationship, we have the responsibility to make an effort for mutual development and participate meaningfully in societal order. So in husband relationship, we are making effort for mutual development. So the husband is making effort for the development of the self of wife. The wife is making effort for the development of the self of husband. So mutual development is in the focus. To participate meaningfully in the societal order, this is another participation. So as a family, we are thinking of participation in societal order. If both have right understanding before marriage, then the main role of the husband and wife is participation in the societal order. The husband and wife can make effort for a definite family goal jointly. So in this context, the feeling of respect is primary. Clarity of family goal and making effort for it jointly is possible with the expressed value of transparency with the husband and wife. It means there is a transparency between husband and wife. Both are evaluating rightly each other. The third responsibility is production of the body for the next generation. So as a complementarity of the body of male and female, now this is my third responsibility. This is our third responsibility, protection of the body for next generation if required. Then nurturing and protection along with ensuring right understanding in the next generation. So in this relationship also, there are feeling like trust, respect, affection, guidance are required. So we have enough scope to live in harmony at all levels through the relationships of husband and wife. So again, you can take pause and ask yourself, do you have these responsibility in the focus when you are going to make your own family? Are you ready to fulfill these feelings in relationship? So you can ask yourself, you can investigate in yourself. So with this, let's move towards another feeling, that is guide-colleague relationship. The feeling of trust, respect and affection in the guide is necessary, essential in this relationship for his or her colleague. Also for the colleague, having the feeling of glory and reverence for the guide is essential. So feeling of trust, respect, affection, feeling of guidance, feeling of reverence and glory is essential in this relationship. The guide has the sole responsibility to plan for a program and chalk out the steps to execute it, and the colleague recognizes his responsibility for a part of the program and helps to fulfill it. So the colleague recognizes responsibility and fulfill it. There are various roles to be fulfilled, which the colleague recognizes and fulfill with commitment. So with the feeling of trust, respect, affection, with the feeling of reverence and glory, this relationship can be fulfilled. So let's move towards the last relationship. So next relationship is societal relationship. Relationship in undivided society and universal human order. This relationship can be seen between the service provider and the service recipient. Some people ensure policies in the system for the smooth functioning of the organization because they want to run their organization in harmony. That's why they make a system, they make a policy, and rest of the people must abide by those rules. As service provider, it is of utmost desirable to shoulder up that responsibility sincerely, and while continuing this responsibility, treat every member of the organization with justice and equality. So justice refers to seeing everyone the same at the level of purpose, program and potential. So for the service provider, it is required that he or she is able to see everyone same at the level of purpose, program and potential. So the main role of service provider is to live just and to be organized with the help of others, to live in organized ways by facilitating a conducive environment, to live in relationship and harmony. So for this, it is essential to have the clarity of coexistential order. Living according to the societal laws and providing such an environment to all, and providing the same environment to all, and inspiring others to live accordingly. So whosoever is engaged in the participation of any system, whether it is a dimension of health, education, sanskar, production and exchange, justice preservation, any dimension, at all places, the service provider has the main role to be in harmony within and provide the others conducive environment so that they may participate in each dimension harmoniously. So to have understanding is at the root of all these. So it is necessary for the service recipient also to live according to the norms established by the service provider. So he is always inspired to live harmoniously to make a favorable environment in the society. So the feeling of affection plays an important role between the service provider and the service recipient. So with the feeling of affection, there will be guidance, there will be care, and with these feelings, a service provider can make a conducive environment for others to live in a harmonious manner. And in the absence of these feelings, there is a possibility of exploitation. And you can see around you the present state of the society. Exploitation, manipulation is because of the absence of these feelings, feeling of affection. So the feeling of affection is must for service provider. Feeling of knowledge, right understanding is must in the service provider. So with this feeling, societal relationships can be fulfilled and we can participate in undivided society and universal human order. So that's all from my side, friends. We have studied 7 kinds of relationships where we have seen the prominent feeling. We have brought out the prominent feeling while interacting with various people who are elder than us, people who are younger than us, people who are having same age group. Now you can evaluate yourself at what level you are, and are you able to recognize the prominent feeling in the relationships. If you recognize these feelings, then you can live a relationship in a mutually fulfilling manner. So that's all from my side for this lecture. Let's meet in the next lecture. Have a good day. Thank you very much.